stop and stare as I zone out. The club can't even handle me right now. Watching me, I go all out. The club can't even handle me right now. The club can't even handle me right now.
Can't nothing handle me right now. I see you, D-Getter. Let's get 'em. Hey, I own the night and I don't need no help. Gotta be the bitterness, Scarface bell. Starting going wild, can't handle this bell. Hot for the club, arrogant like yeah. Top like money, so the girls just mail. One too many, y'all know me like 12. Look like cash and they all just there. Bottles, models, spending no shares. Fall out, cause that's the business. All out, it's so ridiculous. Zone out, so much attention. Scream out, I'm in the building. They're watching, I know this. I'm rocking, I'm rolling, I'm holding. I know it, you know it.
You know I know how to make them stop and stare as I zone out. The club can't even handle me right now. Watching me, I go all out. The club can't even handle me right now. The club can't even handle me right now.
Hey, still feeling myself, I'm like out of control. Can't stop now, more shots, let's go. 10 more rounds till I get a KO. Paparazzi tryna make me pose. Came to party till I can't no more. Celebrate cause that's all I know. Tip the groupies taking off their clothes. Grand finale like Super Bowl. Go hard, I run the show. That's right, while I've got money to blow. More lights, more ice when I walk in the door. No hype, do it big all over the globe. Yeah, I said it, go tell it, confetti. Who ready? I'm ready, you ready? Let's get it.
You know I know how to make them stop and stare as I zone out. The club can't even handle me right now. Watching me, I go all out. The club can't even handle me right now.
Put your hands up, put your hands up,
The club can't even handle me right now.
put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. You got me watching now, got my attention now, got everybody in the club wanting to know now. I am a ladies man, come be my lady and we can both song. Bring your body and let me switch up your atmosphere. Take you out of the club and up in my new live. Fly you around the world, what you want, baby girl? Are you ready to go now?
I know how to make them stop and stare as I zone out. The club can't even handle me right now. Watching me, I go all out. The club can't even handle me right now.
Put your hands up, put your hands up,
The club can't
put
even
your
handle
hands
me
up,
right now.
put your hands up. Let's celebrate now. Put your hands up. You know who shut 'em down.
Oh no, see you walking around like it's a funeral. Not so serious, girl, why those feet cold? We just getting started, don't you tiptoe, tiptoe. Waste time with the masterpiece, to waste time with the masterpiece. You should be rolling me, you should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy, you're a real life fantasy. But you're moving so carefully, let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm going up on this sweet, sweet baby. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Walk for me, baby. I'll be pretty, you'll be Naomi. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake You're a real life fantasy, but you're moving so carefully. Let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm rolling up on this sweet, sweet baby. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Walk for me, baby. Walk for me now. I'll be pretty, you'll be Naomi. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Hey, so delicious. Talk to me, girl. Talk to me, baby. I'm rolling up on this sweet, sweet baby. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Walk for me, baby. I'll be pretty, you'll be Naomi. Whoa. Let's lose our minds and go crazy, crazy. That's right. Ay, 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 ay. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean. Keep on hoping we'll be cake by the ocean.
Infinity.
Si necesitas reggaetón, dale. Sigue bailando, mami, no pare. Acércate a mi pantalón, dale. Vamos a pegarnos como animales. Si necesitas reggaetón, dale. Sigue bailando, mami, no pare. Acércate a mi pantalón, dale. Vamos a pegarnos como animales. Muévete a mi ritmo, siente el magnetismo. Tu cadera es la mía, hacen un sismo. Ahora da lo mismo, el amor y el turismo. Diciéndole que no al que viene con romanticismo. Si te dan ganas de bailar, pues dale. En esta disco todos somos iguales. Te ves bonita con tu swing salvaje. Sigue bailando, ¿qué pasó? Te traje. Si te dan ganas de bailar, pues dale. En esta disco todos somos iguales. Te ves bonita con tu swing salvaje. Sigue bailando, ¿qué pasó? Te traje. Si necesitas reggaetón, dale. Sigue bailando, mami, no pare. Acércate a mi pantalón, dale. Vamos a pegarnos como animales. Si necesitas reggaetón, dale. Sigue bailando, mami, no pare. Acércate a mi pantalón, dale. Vamos a pegarnos como animales. Y yo hoy estoy aquí imaginando. Sexy baila y me deja con las ganas. Y yo hoy estoy aquí imaginándolo. Sexy baila y me deja con las ganas. Qué bien te queda a ti esa palita. Ella señora, no es señorita. Sexy baila y me deja con las ganas. Cómo te luces cuando lo meneas. Cuánto quisiera hacerte el amor. Enséñame lo que sabes. Si necesitas reggaetón, dale. Sigue bailando, mami, no pare. Acércate a mi pantalón, dale.
Now, usually I don't do this, but go ahead on break them off with a little preview.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. It's my big bronze boogie, got all them girls shook. My big fat ass got all them boys cooked. We're from dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like, hey. Flexing on the gram like, hey. Hit the Lil Jon, okay, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping and finesse and getting paid.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. Woo. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change.
Good morning, 9 a.m. Spark. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. It's June the 1st. Wow. How did May get by, right? So fast. Even though it's 31 days, it's gone. June the 1st today. I did see that today is International Children's Day. So let's all get out there and take care of our children and do what we can. My name is Linda Rubio. I am CEO, Business Director here at OIC and Equity Partner. Welcome to our 9 a.m. Spark. I hope everybody is okay this morning. You've had your coffee. I personally like to drink coffee later in the morning. That's just my thing. I used to wake up and drink coffee right away, but now it's just like I like coffee later on in the morning. uh, and so, a little bit about me. If you don't know, I've been with OIC from day one. My husband and I started with our Infinite company from the beginning, and we're excited to keep building it and sharing with our partners and hopefully new partners to come onto the company. And for anybody that's new here, welcome to our Infinite company 9 a.m. Spark. For my team and my partners, we have been working with the schools here in our local town. Before school ended, we did a sweet treat for the teachers in a school close by, me and Sylvia, my partner, Castillo. And now we're getting the results from it. Last week, we met with one of the paraprofessionals from there. She possibly will become a partner with us. And at the same time, when we were meeting with her at a restaurant, local restaurant, we ended up meeting the owner, very lovely lady. She talked to us for a really long time. We didn't think she would want to talk to us because previously we had been to that restaurant plenty of times and asked her son if we could talk to the owner. And of course, he said, "That's my mom, but she's not here. She's not here." Well, lo and behold, she was there on Friday. And we started talking to her about employee benefits and how we can help her employees, also how we can help her save on taxes if she offers any kind of retirement plan. Before we knew it, 30 minutes went by and she's still talking to us, which was great because she opened the doors for us. What we're trying to do at her restaurant is do presentations for the local people that live here. And so she opened the doors. She goes, "Yes, I have a room in the back. Just everybody order something. You don't have to pay to rent it, nothing." She's like, "Just come and, show people our restaurant," right? She said it's been kind of slow. Business is just not how it used to. So much things going on in the world that I just feel it's costly, right? And so if y'all can bring attention to my place of business, I'm opening the doors for y'all, right? So guess what? Today we're going to the same restaurant and meeting with a counselor from our sweet treat. And we're excited to meet with her because she also told us that she used to be in the military. And so she has something that we can help her with. And so we've been just trying to reach out to our local community and see how we can educate people that live here. We are also part of another group that is called Inter Exchange here, and they help the local communities with food, with diapers. If they're homeless, they help them pay bills. And so we have been going to those meetings for a year. And then Sylvia, my partner, did a presentation, which was fantastic because people now are reaching out to us to do a presentation for their uh, area of, like, we have a dad in the group that he does retirement plans for just dads. Like, he wants to educate them on that. So getting out in the community is really important. And all these things are found on Facebook. People post things on Facebook, post activities, community things that are going on. Uh, because we're part of this inter-exchange group, they keep emailing us things that are going on in our community. We just got an email. School is out in our area. School is out in some other areas. School's about to be out, but because school is almost out, we know that a lot of those children in the schools aren't going to be fed. Right? A lot of kids go to school and that's where they eat. And maybe they don't have it as good as home, right? At home, right? Their situation at home is different than a lot of us other kids. And so they send us a flyer to let us know there's going to be free lunch at this school, that school, this school, that school. Everywhere in our town, at every school that's chosen, they're going to be giving out free breakfast and lunch to these children, right? They even have a bus that delivers them breakfast or lunch to their neighborhood. Isn't that awesome? So Sylvia and I shared that flyer, right? Sharing what's going on in our community for people to be aware of what's going on, right? Same thing we want to do with financial education, right? We want to be able to share with everybody on how we can help them with life insurance, retirement plans, and now how to invest in gold too, right? And so we want to be able to reach out to as many people because it only takes one person to share with for them to share with someone else, right? Don't you think so? I know that when I go work at the schools and share with any employee there, when I talk to them and ask them, how did you get this 403B? How did you come aware of it? They're like, well, my coworker got it and told me about it. So, it's word of mouth, right? Referrals. And so that's what we've been doing with our team, just, reaching out, posting on social media, sharing what we do, giving opportunity to other people. And so I'm excited to have y'all here. We have very good presenters today. I know we have Mr. Tom Scott and Mr. Marcus Johnson. I'm excited for them to be here to share with y'all what we have new in our Infinite company. And I do have a co-host. I think Miss Jerry Merriman is here. Hi, Jamie. Are you on? I think I see you.
I am. I am. Oh, goodness. Hang on. I have some feedback coming from my microphone.
I know I hear a little drawback there. So anybody have anything to share? How was your weekend? I know mine was great. I got to spend it with all my boys. I have three sons. I have three grandchildren. I was so excited to be with them. I spent all day yesterday with them. They didn't want me to go home. They want me to spend the night. I'm like, you should have never left my house. But they're all grown, living their lives. We feel the same way every time they come here. We don't want them to leave, but that's the way it is, right? We need to let them grow up, and that's why we raise them. But that was my week. I've had a great week, and even though it's summertime, business continues. No matter if some of us work in the school, some work small business. Right now, to me, I feel like the school employees are reaching out more because now they have more time to meet with us. And so this week is pretty busy with meeting with all individuals from the schools in our area, or my schools that are assigned to me. So hi, Jamie.
There we go. Okay, it sounds a lot more clear on my side now.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, everybody.
So we're going to have a really good presenter today, right, with Gold Standard?
Yes, American Gold Standard is here to talk to us about how we can offer precious metals to our clients.
That's fantastic.
This is so unique. It really is unique and special to our platform. Obviously, we focus on life and annuity, but we also focus more on how can we help the client. So just as we have property and casualty or PNC options as referral services, now we have precious metals, gold, silver, palladium offered on our platform to our clients as well. So whenever you're doing an F&A, like a financial needs analysis, you're sitting with clients, you're talking to them. Now you're able to look even farther into their portfolio, even farther into ways that can help them and set them up for a good future.
Definitely.
So like I said, most of us here on the call are not familiar with how precious metals work, how it works at all, because we really just do life and annuity. That's where our bread and butter is. So it's really great to hear from Marcus and Tom. You can explain it like we're brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, we all know that putting money into metals, into precious metals, and the value goes up, your money goes up. But outside of that, we would love to hear more.
No, I agree. And I think like for me and maybe my generation older, maybe we don't know like how crypto and Bitcoin and all that, right? Like it's like, whoo, it's in the air. We're like, what is
There's
it?
so many options.
Even learning that is like, oh. So I can imagine, older people that are, the baby boomers, right? Maybe they have an idea. They know more about the gold and silver and all that. So I'm excited to learn about it. And thank you for coming on to share with our company. And so whenever Tom and Marcus are ready, we're excited to hear y'all.
Very good. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tom Scott. Marcus is not here with us this morning, but Johnny Johnson is going to be sitting in with me as well. He's another senior advisor with us. So this is our second time on a Spark conference, and we are very excited to be here. So thank you for letting us join you today. So today we're going to get into a little more detail about precious metals, so you can kind of understand all different ways that you can invest in gold and silver. First of all, the one thing that I want to let you know is this: the first thing that you're going to see anytime if you're watching the stock market, and you see gold, silver, platinum, you see the prices there, that is called a spot price. And that lets you all know where gold, silver, precious metals are for the day. And the numbers that you see that go across the ticker represent 1 ounce of gold, 1 ounce of silver, 1 ounce of platinum, and 1 ounce of palladium. Okay, so if you see today, if you were to look at the ticker price, gold today is at $4,450 for an ounce. Okay, silver is at $73.90 an ounce, and platinum is at $1,914 an ounce. I don't have palladium. Do you have the price for palladium real quick? So those are the 4 major metals. Do you have it? So palladium is at $13.28 an ounce today. Okay, so that gives you a basic standard of where gold is, silver is, platinum is, and palladium is worldwide. Okay, that's a price point that you can always relate to. But that particular price point is based on what we call bullion pricing. Okay, so if you were to buy 1 ounce of gold, that gold is measured by that price. Okay, or 1 ounce of silver or 1 ounce of palladium. So there are 3 areas though that we work with when you're investing into gold, silver, etc. There's 3 ways that you can invest. You can invest in bullion, straight bullion, which is only worth the weight of the coin, the bar, whatever it is. And you can buy those coins or bars in 1 ounce. You can buy them in half ounce, quarter ounce, as well as 1/10 ounce. Okay, and they go up as high as kilos if you wanted to do that. But the basic price guide is based off of 1 ounce. So when you see that ticker, that's what that means. Okay, so that's one way that you can invest. The second way to invest is what we call investment grade gold. Okay, that gold, or so I'm going to say it in gold, but you can buy this in silver or platinum as well. Okay, the reason I say it more in gold is gold has outperformed everything over time, so I just kind of relate to that more than anything. But if you're buying gold, there's 3 ways you can buy it. You can buy it in bullion, you can buy it in investment grade gold, and you can buy it in rare gold. Okay, so the investment grade and rare give you two opportunities for that gold to grow. Bullion only gives you the one. It gives you whatever the weight of that particular metal is. It's based off of its weight and its weight only. Okay, investment grade has 2 ways. One is the supply and demand on the product, as well as the weight of the coin. Okay. And we call that key date product. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail here shortly. And then the third way is rare. Rare coins are coins that could be maybe one of one in the world to one of 100. So these are very, very low mintage coins that carry two values as well. The supply and demand on that one coin or on that one of 100 coins can push that coin to millions of dollars, right? It gives it a level more than just whatever the weight of the coin is. And we'll go into more detail on that as well. But just remember this, there's 3 ways that you can invest into metals. One is straight bullion, which is worth its weight. 2 is an investment grade, gold or silver. And the third is in rare, okay? So you have 3 areas. So we also, one great thing about being able to invest in precious metals is you can do that by setting up a retirement account. The retirement account is through a precious metals IRA. So if someone one of your clients has a 401k or has a current IRA already set up, and they're worried about the way that particular retirement account is growing, they can diversify that and roll it into a precious metals IRA. So they can either roll the whole thing into it or they can do it with a portion. And second of all, who qualifies to be able to move that money over? So if a person has a 401k that is with their current employer, they have to meet certain requirements to be able to roll that over into a precious metals IRA. For one, if it's the 401k is with their current employer, they have to be 59 and a half years old to qualify to be able to move that. Okay. If they're under the age of 59 and a half, they will not qualify to be able to move that to a precious metals IRA. Now, if they have a previous employer 401k, that is immediately available to be able to move. It doesn't matter what their age is. So if they're 20 years old and they move their job and they have a previous 401k, they can roll that entire 401k into a precious metals IRA. The same requirements are with a regular traditional IRA, Roth IRA, SEP IRA. If they have just a regular current IRA, same requirements. They have to be 59 and a half to be able to roll that over into a precious metals IRA. Second of all, there is no cost to have it moved. Okay, we can roll it over. There's no initial cost to your client at all. There's also no penalties. There's no tax penalties rolling the 401k or the IRA over into a precious metals IRA. Okay, so that's very important for you to know that. And again, any precious metals IRA can be set up in what we call a traditional IRA, a SEP IRA, or a Roth IRA. So it's just like it's set up with any other traditional SEP or Roth. The difference is, instead of putting in mutual funds, stocks, bonds, any of those areas, we're putting it in actual physical metals. So we will put actual physical gold, physical silver, physical platinum, or physical palladium, depending on what your client's goals are and what they're looking for. We will set recommendations once we talk to you and your clients. Okay. Second of all, tax advantages for a precious metals IRA. Huge tax advantages because of the way that we set up the IRA. The IRS looks at a precious metals IRA. They look at all the metals that go into a precious metals IRA as melt value. Okay, so they look at it, everything as bullion. So whatever the bullion price is, when it's time for your client to liquidate their IRA, is what the IRS looks at and is what the client is going to pay taxes on. Now, what makes that very special is because the type of product that we put in your clients' portfolios has bigger value than just bullion. So you can have huge differences. And that's what we call key date gold or key date silver or key date platinum. Those areas have two areas of value that is going to help your client's portfolio grow. So a key date coin is a coin that holds, again, two values to it. It's a coin that has less than 50,000 coins made a year. So any coin that, for example, a gold American Eagle, and I'll go into this for you briefly in just a second, that has less than 50,000 of them minted in a year is considered what we call a key date coin. And these coins carry two values. It'll carry the value of the weight. Most of these coins are going to be in what we call a quarter ounce coin or a half ounce coin. So it'll be worth the weight, the spot price of the coin, plus the added value of the low mintage. So a lot of these coins can grow to thousands of dollars above what the bullion prices are. Okay, so one thing really quick, please write down if you have questions or you're not understanding this so that we can talk about this at the end of the meeting, okay? So I can answer your questions. But I'm just going to kind of go through it right now, and then we'll ask if you have any questions at the end. So a key date coin, again, there's only 14 years out of 41 years that the United States Mint has been minting gold or silver that are considered key date coins. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what a key date coin can do. The 1990 gold American Eagle half ounce coin that's minted by the United States Mint, that coin today, if you had that coin in your portfolio, a half ounce of gold is worth about $2,225 today, spot price, right? In bullion, it's only worth $2,250. If it's a 1990 half ounce gold American Eagle, that coin is worth over $15,000 today. Okay, so we look for those type of coins because we know every year they grow and they perform much better than just straight bullion. That's why we call them key dates. Okay, but for an example, if your client had that 1990 coin in his IRA or her IRA and was ready to liquidate their IRA, the IRS is only going to look at that coin as $2,250. The actual market value on that coin is thousands of dollars more than what the melt value is. And when you go to liquidate it, we give your client market value, right? So the tax advantage is they're paying taxes on the $2,250, not on the $15,000 or $18,000 that coin is worth. So that's a big tax advantage down the road, right? So that's one of the very special things about a precious metals IRA. Most companies do not know how to set it up like we do. We've been doing this for, again, over 25 years. We work with experts in the market that know the trends, know what's going on, and that's why when we give recommendations, we want to give the best possible potential growth for your client. Okay? So that is what a key date is. And just to let you know, I'm going to go over how they came up with key dates. So the United States stopped minting gold in 1933. 1933, they had a situation where they had the public be able to surrender their gold, and the United States stopped minting gold at that time. We did not mint gold until 1986. In 1985, President Reagan passed a bill that we could start minting precious metals again. And we started what's called the American Eagle program. So in 1986, we started minting gold, silver, and those were the only two areas that we minted at that time. So again, the United States Mint started minting in 1986 and mints every single year now, gold, silver. Now they mint platinum. Platinum we didn't start minting platinum until in the mid 1990s, as well as palladium in the years over 2000. So those two are fairly new, but gold and silver, the United States have been minting since 1986. Okay, so bullion coins, and we call these gold American Eagles. If it's just a regular bullion coin, they mint millions of those a year. To give you an example, silver gold American Eagles, and I'm going to show you one right now. If you can hold that up really quick. I hope you guys can see this. Yeah, put that in there. Thank you. So that is a silver American Eagle, okay? The United States mints these every year. They mint between 25 to 50 million of these coins a year, okay? That's why when we say key dates, they mint less than 50,000 a year. So there's a very, very low mintage there, which makes it a very high demand on that particular coin because there's not a lot of them. And that pushes the price of the market up on those particular coins. So that's why we look for those type of coins to put in your clients' portfolios, because it gives them much better potential growth. Okay. Again, this coin right here, if you see the price $73.90 today, that's the spot price. That's what this one coin is worth today, $73.90. Okay. This particular coin right here is a gold American Eagle. If you can show them that. That's a ½ ounce of gold right there. Okay. And that coin, again, is a ½ ounce. And that is also a key date coin. That's good. That's good. That is also a key date coin. These coins, again, they mint less than 50,000. The 1990 coin that I was talking to you about, they minted 30,000 coins that particular year. So again, we look for certain coins to be able to put in your client's IRA that we know that are going to perform much better than just straight bullion, and they're going to give your client a huge tax advantage at the time when they're ready to liquidate their IRA. Okay, so that should give you a basic idea of what we're talking about when we're talking about precious metal IRAs. Now, to be able to set up a precious metals IRA, it takes about 15 minutes, okay? What we will do is we will work with you on a Zoom call to meet with your client, make sure that the IRA is something that they want to go ahead and proceed with. We will get a current statement from their actual current custodian that's managing their 401k or their current IRA. And then we will take the application, it's general information, their name, address, social security number, who their beneficiaries are, very basic information. We will then open the IRA for them. Takes, again, about 15 minutes to do the application. Once that IRA is opened, then the process starts to transfer the funds from their current 401k or from their regular IRA into a precious metals IRA. We use right now, the custodian that we use to manage the IRAs is Equity Trust Company. They are the largest precious metals IRA custodian in the country. So we use them. So what would happen is this, is once we open the application, that application starts processing. We need to move the funds. So the funds then get moved from their current custodian to Equity Trust Company. Once Equity Trust receives the money, they notify us, let us know. We then invoice them on the product that we're going to be putting into your client's IRA. So if they would, if we decide, or we all decide that gold is the area that they want to go in, or silver or platinum, whatever the metals, we then invoice Equity Trust. They get an invoice that outlines every coin that's going into that IRA. At that time, we go over that with your client. We get an acknowledgement from them, and they agree. Equity Trust then wires us the money. We then fill the IRA with the actual physical metals. So at that time, once we fill it, we ship those metals to the IRS approved depository. That's something that has to be done as well. The clients cannot hold the metals themselves. It has to go into an approved IRS depository for storage until they decide they want to liquidate the IRA. We use a company called IDS. They have 3 locations. They have one in Dallas, they have one in Delaware, and they have one in Long Beach, California. So we normally like to use Dallas because we're in Houston, Texas. It's close by. And we then ship them the actual metals. Once those metals are received by IDS, there's an audit done from them, and they notify Equity Trust that the metals are in place. And then Equity Trust sends the client an email letting them know your metals are in storage in a segregated vault with your name on them. And they will then get a quarterly statement from Equity every 3 months, letting them know how they are performing. Okay? And that's how the basic IRA is set up. All right? So that's one way that we can do this. I want to let you guys know too, we only operate with physical metals. We do not do paper metals. We do not do ETF. So no paper, no ETF. We don't do Bitcoin. We don't do any of that. It's actual physical gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. Okay? And that's very important, because if the difference in an ETF, which is stock gold or stock silver, it is not the same as physical gold. Actual physical gold your client can hold in their hands. And if there was ever an issue to where there was an economic collapse, these metals they would have. So no matter what would happen at that point, if the United States went to a digital money or whatever the case may be, as long as they're holding that physical gold, they can always cash it into whatever the new currency is, and their money is protected. If it's in an ETF or paper gold or paper silver, etc., there's a chance of them losing it all. So that's why it's very important that you know that your client is going to be having actual physical metals. Okay? So that is that issue there. Now, the difference between, we consider IRA money as pre-taxed money or qualified money, okay, that can go into an IRA. If your clients have savings that's not considered qualified money, we can do portfolios, okay? What we call advisory portfolios, that they can invest their savings into actual physical metals as well. By doing that, what we would do again is have a Zoom meeting with you and your client and find out what their goals are, what they're looking to accomplish through their metals, and then we would give them our recommendations through our experts' advice. and we would fill those metals in their advisory portfolio. So how that would work is, instead of money coming from a custodian or from a 401k or an IRA, it comes from their savings account. They would wire us the funds into our account. Once we receive those funds, we can build that portfolio within 24 hours. Okay? So within that time period, what we can do is this. At this point, your client can hold those metals if they would like to. If they would like us to ship them the gold or silver or platinum, we can ship it to them at 100% insured, and they can hold it themselves. If the client feels like they're not comfortable holding those metals themselves, we have a program set up that we can store the metals here at our facility, and we'll store it for free at no cost, okay, as a courtesy for the client. Also, those metals would go into a segregated safe with their name on it, and they are 100% insured, and your client can visit us anytime they would like to visit their gold, etc. Second of all, too, we set up a contract with them in case there was something would ever happen to them. We set up TODs to where their beneficiaries are on file, that if something happened to the client, their beneficiaries could come in and be able to pick up their metals at any time. So it doesn't have to go through probate. So it makes it much easier. So we do set up that, and we set up an agreement with them to store the actual metals here. Okay? So that's the second way that they can invest in metals with us. So it can be qualified money or non-qualified money. The third way would be through our subscription program. We have what's called a bullion box subscriptions. And depending on what your client would like to invest, they can do it on a monthly basis. And it could be as little as $99 a month. And they can actually receive metals in the mail. So it goes from $99 a month to, if they want to spend $50,000 a month, we have a subscription program that we can set that up for your clients. Okay. One other thing that I want to talk about quickly, and I didn't talk about this when we were talking about the IRAs, is what the cost of the IRA is. Okay. For one, the first year, if you bring your clients to us, any IRA that's $25,000 or more, we will pay the first year fees for your client. Okay. So the first year will be no cost. Okay. The second year, their cost will be $125 for the maintenance fee for Equity Trust to manage their account. And for the storage fees, it's $160 a year. Okay. That $160 is whether they put in $25,000 in an IRA or they put in $3 million. It's only one cost. It's $160. So your client then per year would have a $285 cost for their IRA, which is pretty minimal if you think about it compared to what most 401ks, how much it costs to manage that or to manage a regular IRA. A lot of times it's 1% to 2% depending on what the size of the IRA or 401k is. Again, with us, it's only $285 a year. That's it. Okay, and it's a set fee. I just want to make sure how much time I have here. We're doing okay. Okay, great. So we've talked about this morning a couple different ways that your clients can invest in metals, right? One thing that I want to let you guys know, you guys have what's called a precious metals reference guide. How many pages is this? Okay, this is about 30 pages that will tell you all the different metals that are qualified to go into an IRA that also your clients can buy. you have that in your back office. Okay. So this is available to you to be able to look at anytime you would like. Okay. If for any reason you don't have one, or you can't find it, or whatever the case is, all you have to do is reach out to us. You can reach out to Olivia or to Jasmine or to Amanda, and they will get you this information. Okay. Also, if you need marketing material for your clients, all you have to do is reach out to our staff, and we will make sure we'll get you that immediately. Okay. Anytime you have questions, we're here to help you in any way we possibly can. So we're all here daily to be able to help you guys and answer any questions you have. I don't want you to think you need to become an expert in precious metals to be able to sell this. You do not. Okay. What you need to know is the general information, what the spot price of gold is, what's going on with gold in the markets today, right? To be able to just ask your clients, hey, have you ever thought about putting gold in your retirement account or into your savings? Because it's a great way to diversify and to protect your wealth. Okay, that's what gold, silver, platinum, and palladium are for. If you have a client that says, hey, you know what, that sounds great, I don't know anything about it, no problem. Let me get you on to our team that can answer those questions for you and let you know and see if this is going to be a good fit. And then all you have to do is set up a phone call to meet with us, and we will answer all the questions for you. Okay. We will white glove the process. We will take your client from step one to all the way to the end. And once it's finished and completed, then you guys make your money, right? But we are here to help you and to guide you through the entire process. So I don't want you to think don't get overwhelmed that, oh my gosh, I don't know anything about gold. I don't know anything about this, right? You don't have to. Okay. All you need to know is, again, the basics, and we will do the rest for you. Okay. Guys, so that's the basic information that we wanted to talk about this morning. There's a lot more information that we can go over, but I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of different stuff. One thing that I do want to let you know is that this is a great opportunity. Everybody is thinking about precious metals today, because I just want you to know from the end of 2024 to now, gold has doubled in value. Gold was at $1,980 an ounce in December of 2024. Today it's at $4,450, and B of A, JP Morgan, all the big companies are stating that gold can be between $5,500 and over $6,000 by the end of 2026. So there is tons of room for growth on what's going on with gold. And just to give you a basic idea too, over the last 30 years, okay, if someone had their money in a precious metals IRA in gold, their average return has been 11%. Okay, that's a pretty good return if you think about that, right? 11% return yearly isn't too bad, but over the last 2 years, it's been over 46%. So there is huge growth in precious metals right now, and we are here to help guide you and your clients to this area. Okay, and we are super excited to be working with you guys. So if you have any questions right now, we'd love to answer them for you. And I hope this has helped you a little bit this morning, get a little bit more understanding on what we do and a little bit more about precious metals.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. I didn't know the difference between the key date coin and the melt value. So that's really informational. The fact that they set up a TOD, which is an acronym for transfer on death, similar to a ladybird deed to avoid probate, is really helpful, really nice. Imagine trying to help a client who has passed away figure out their precious metals account when that's not our main focus, right? So the TOD deed for these accounts is really, really helpful. That's very great for clients. And then the fees that y'all were talking about for people on the call, that is just like the expense charge or the cost of insurance on our life product. So the cost of insurance on a life product could easily be $600 a year, $1,000 a year that the client is paying for. And then hopefully the accounts are overfunded, right? So that money can grow. But the fee of like $125 for, let's see, it was equity trust to manage it and $160 for a storage fee is actually very, very, very cheap. It's very low. So that means that ASG's got a product that is going to avoid probate, is going to give tax advantages because IRS bases it on the lower value of what the product is. And then the fees are small. I mean, it really can't get any better. In our back office, guys, when you go to the front page of the back office, you should see information about American Standard Gold and how to get started. We have an onboarding guide, and then there's a precious metals guide. Once you're contracted, which is super fast, it's like 1 to 2 days, they have a dedicated like pre-sale support, sales support line just for OIC. So as soon as you're contracted, you can call them and they'll do essentially an onboarding call with you. And it's just dedicated for OIC. So it's really, really great. I'm pretty excited for it. We did have a couple questions on the gold or precious metals IRA. Are the RMD requirements any different, or are they the same as any other IRA?
They are the same as any other IRA.
Same. That's what I thought. So Dwala, same RMDs as any others. And yes. Then there is not a product cap on the price of precious metals, correct? I mean, like, for example, it averaged about 11%, but there's not a cap on the value that it can go to.
No,
correct?
It could go up hundreds of percent, right? That's what I'm saying on key day product. It could be whatever it is. So there's no limit.
Yeah. So with our other products and other carriers, of course they have a cap, but ASG does not have a cap because you own the metal. So if the metal price went up 50%, then you retain the 50% growth of your precious metals product in a sense. American Standard Gold is not capping it.
Correct.
And then we have another question here. How does it work for federal TSP transfer to the gold IRA? Are you familiar with federal TSP?
A little bit, yes. So again, as far as the qualifications,
it's going to be the same, huh? The same
yes,
as all the other 401ks and qualified funds.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Lorna, if you have more questions about federal TSP, can you email sales@ourinfinite.com? We'll work with you. We'll get more information, and we'll make sure that the process to transfer it over, to roll over, is smooth. So that is a good point, though, that Maribeth brought up. So for the RMDs, even though it works the same as a normal IRA, are the RMDs figured out on the melt value or the market value? That is what Maribeth is asking.
Are you asking me this?
Yes.
Okay. So on the RMDs, again, it's normally, that's a really good question, okay, because we've had this come up. Normally the RMDs are on the amount that's moved into, the initial amount that's moved into the IRA on the rollover. So if it's 300,000, let's just say, right? It's normally based off of that as far as for the RMDs, but we can get better clarification on that. I can get back with you and double check that for sure. Again, we're not tax advisors, so I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I will definitely find out and give you the answer to that.
Makes sense. It sounds like a good question too. Uh, I mean, the tax advantages with the melt value versus the market value are great. That's a huge gap. That's a huge gap in profit. I mean, the client's profit really well in that gap, really well.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
We would like to revisit the
Feel free to unmute and ask any other questions that you guys might have.
This is
So there's a question, I believe, that they're asking if they can contribute to the account once it's established. Absolutely. Every year, whatever the maximum contribution that the IRS allows for you to contribute, you can do so as well.
A quick question. This is Hans Gessinger. Thank you for answering that, Mr. Tom. Great presentation. Question I had again was also on the advisory portfolio. Let's say we're setting up a trust for someone, or we're organizing a trust for more contribution, or I guess to contribute, is that possible, or can that be structured, or is it just an IRA?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, sir. We can structure it any way you'd like there. So there's no problem there. We also, just to let you know, on the advisory side, if you have clients that are out of the country, for example, okay, they can invest also. They can move that money in here into the U.S. and fill it with actual physical metals. The only difference in that is that we will not ship outside the United States. If they want the metals, they would have to come get them and work out some type of shipment type program. Otherwise, but we can store their metals here with us, again, as a courtesy at no charge right now.
Thank you. Actually, I had one more question, but I forgot it. All right. Either way, I took a lot of notes, but I'll be talking to you guys because I spoke to some of your other team members. They were great also too. And I've had a lot of people ask us a lot of qualifying. Well, that's a storage. I'll let other people speak. I will reach out to you guys again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Can you pick up the metals directly, let's say in Dallas?
Can you pick them up and down? So if it's an IRA, no. So how that would work, you can go visit them for sure, okay? But the way that you would have to do it would be, you would either have to liquidate your IRA to be able to pick those metals up. But normally they won't allow you to pick them up. What they will do is they will ship them to you. Because we want to make sure for insurance reasons, et cetera, that you get your metals and, as far as that goes.
Okay, so for the persons, let's say they live outside the United States, how would that work for them to get their metals?
Oh, absolutely. They're more than welcome to come pick their metals up. So that we are in just outside of Houston. I'm sorry. So if they were to do that, yes, we can set up an arrangement with them that they can pick their metals up 100%.
Okay.
Or if they want to ship somewhere else in the United States, they have friends, family, whatever, we can set that up as well.
Okay. Thank you for those answers.
Sure.
Mr. Tom, can I ask one more question? It was the liquidity that was asked. How quickly, let's say somebody is in a non-qualified account, or I guess IRA, the rules are the rules. How quickly can someone liquidate something? Let's say they have a 5-year earmark for growing funds in that. What's the liquidation process look like to get access to go?
Good question. So normally in the IRA would take a couple of weeks to be able to get it liquidated from start to finish. If it's in an advisory deal, to where, for example, they have the metals themselves, or we're storing the metals, we can get that liquidated approximately within a week, 10 days at the most. Okay. Sometimes we've gotten it done, within 3 or 4 days, just depending on, what the client's needs are. But on an IRA, because it has to go through the custodian, you're looking at a couple of weeks from start to finish to be able to get that done.
And what is value based on? Is it on that future date of liquidation, or is it on the date of request?
At the date of request what we would do is they will give you the melt value of what that product is. And if we are the ones that are going to be liquidating it, we will give you market value. Okay. So whatever market value is on the day that you're liquidating is what we will give you for that product.
Thank you.
Tom, so I understand you can do an IRA or you can own the physical metals as well. First of all, is there a limit, a dollar limit of how much you can buy? And then secondly, in reference to gold and silver, if our client wanted to own or have the physical metals in their possession, are they buying bullion or they're buying coins? What type of metal are they getting?
So that's what we would look at on what your client's goals are. If they're looking to, and most people that buy or that are looking to invest in metals are looking more for the long term, right? So in that case, what we do is we would diversify your client into probably all three. They would get a portion of bullion, they're going to get a portion of key date coins, and they're going to get a portion of rare. And the reason that we do that is that, first of all, bullion is the most volatile area of all three, okay? It goes up and down depending on, what's happening in the markets, right? Key date coins and rare coins stay more on an upward trend. So they're on an even to an upward trend all the time. If gold were to drop, they don't necessarily drop. Those coins can continue to go up. So we want to diversify your client's portfolio to where their money is best protected, right? That's what we're concerned with. We want to make sure that if they invest $1, that when they go to liquidate their product, they're going to get at least $1 back, right? We want them to make money, but we're more concerned that they don't lose money. So that's why we like to diversify them. So we really kind of figure, we want to see what their length of time investment is, and then we would give you the recommendation. Maybe we'll put a little bit more key date or rare in than bullion. But if it's going to be on a short-term basis, we're going to put more bullion in. Because you can always liquidate bullion and buy it, right? I mean, but doesn't mean that that's where you're going to get the best potential growth. Again, at the long term, the best potential growth is going to be in your key date product and in your rare product, because over time those can go way up.
And is there a dollar limit to how much if they wanted to have it physically in their presence, how much you
There's no limit with us. We can fill millions of dollars to as little as $5,000 or $10,000 if that's what they're looking, So there is no limit. Okay.
Thank you, Tom. I think we have one more last question. Carlton?
Yeah. Hi, good morning, Mr. Tom and other folks. I just want to ask, when they make these purchases, are they going to be at cost, or is there going to be a markup on the actual?
That's a good question as well. Let me just say this: we're market value wise, we are normally we're super competitive. There is premiums on gold, silver, platinum. It's not us that put those premiums on it. Vendors, even the United States Mint, puts premiums on it. It's very difficult to buy at spot price. But I will say this: our prices are as good or better than anyone else in the market. Okay, so we're not going to put a huge mark on it, just because of what we're doing. We're very competitive on our pricing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Johnny. Thanks for all the great information. Thank you everybody for joining. I hope this was informative. Get out there and share with your clients, share with whoever wants to hear about it. Don't forget, this evening we have our OIC entrepreneur meeting at 7 p.m. Central Time. Thank you once again, American Gold Standard, Tom and Johnny, and everybody for sharing all that great information. We're excited to reach out to you. I know I want the marketing materials so I can start sharing. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and let's get out there and share. Bye.
Thank you.